I attended the Southern California Linux Expo, or SCALE, and it was a lot of fun. This was the first time I ever attended SCALE and the first time I've ever been to California. It was fun meeting so many people at the conference. I finally got to meet Jill in person, which was awesome. And I also got to meet Jill's husband, Steve, who was also awesome. And turns out Steve and I share an affinity for dad jokes, so we had a lot of fun. Might not have been the same story for other people around us, but I know we had a lot of fun. I got to attend some talks. I also met a lot of people from the Tux Digital community, which was fantastic, and people from various companies. And I also met some new friends along the way. I know that sounds super cheesy, but it's true. It's actually true in this case. And of course, I got to hang out with my fellow host, Destination Linux, Jill and Ryan in person, and it was epic. If you aren't familiar with Destination Linux, you need to fix that right now. Destination Linux is one of the best Linux shows ever created, and I can say that without any bias at all. This is a fact based on scientific studies that I just made up. So if you haven't checked it out, be sure to watch episode 289 of Destination Linux, where we talked about our SCALE experiences. We discussed our favorite parts and even a couple disappointments we had on the trip. If you want to know what those are, then check it out. Destination Linux 289. We're going to be at SCALE again this year, which is between March 9th through the 12th. Plus, as a member of the Tux Digital community, you can get 50% discount on your SCALE registration by using the coupon code TUX when you registered. That's TUX. Plus, an amazing person in our community has sponsored a batch of tickets for fellow Tux Digital community members. More details on that in the description. I'm looking forward to SCALE 20X, and I hope to see you there. By the way, this is my first attempt at making a vlog, so let me know what you think in the comments. How'd I do? On day one, here I am on the first of 2 flights to LA. I don't have a recording of me leaving for the airport or arriving at the airport because I was running a little late and also running for the gate. Luckily, I did make it to the gate just as they called for my group to board. I call this perfect timing. You may call it barely making the flight. It just depends on your attitude, I guess. The first flight was to Houston, where I had a 1-hour layover, so I got some lunch. I also learned that a layover in the middle of the country isn't that bad. And now it's time to go to LA. So I've landed in LA and I'm about ready to go meet up with Jill. We're gonna have some dinner. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, see, I just got in. Oh, you should see the view. I mean, you shouldn't. It's like nothing special, but the view of the courtyard. So I'm gonna send a message to Jill and let them know that I am here and available for dinner. Here we go. Hey.
Michael.
It's nice to meet you. You know how I mentioned that this is the first time I've ever done a vlog? Well, that's all the footage I have for this day because I forgot to record anything afterward. Yeah, let's go to day 2. All right, so we're in the setup period of the expo hall for SCALE, and Tux Digital is now mostly set up. We have a little bit more to do, but apparently there's someone who is sitting at the booth. Let's find out. It's Jill.
Aww.
Let's see, we got the Tux Digital booth, and we got some banners up there behind Jill.
Destination Linux Extreme.
Extreme, exactly. So we're looking forward to it. Jill and I have been having a lot of fun.
Yes, we have. And we can't wait for Ryan to show up. He's flying in around 6 o'clock or so.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy us. But of course we have the booth set up before he comes.
Yeah, of course. He timed it perfectly, didn't he? Figured I'd go for a walk out in California. You know, it's kind of, I feel like a real vlogger. My hand out doing videos, walking down the street in LA, you know? It's kind of like I've grown up in the vlog world because this is exactly what you're supposed to do, right? So I put on some headphones. Maybe that'll fix the microphone issues with the wind. I would show some booths inside, but I don't think I'm supposed to until the exhibits are done or whatever. I don't know if there's a rule or not, but you know, play it safe, I guess.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
He's got the old school shirt on too.
All right, I'm OG. What's happening, man?
We're just setting up. We'll finish this. Oh, I finished like hours ago.
Show me.
All right, let's go.
Oh, dude.
Right?
That's great.
Got very levered.
That's loud, brother.
It's loud. It's loud.
Let me go see. Let me see.
There you go. Just relaxed and chilled. Yeah. There it is.
Here, I can't believe you're real. I always thought you were just Michael AI playing a trick on us.
Oh my gosh, I finally got to meet you.
How are you, Jill? This looks good.
Yeah.
Is that Steve?
Yes, that is Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Some swag, prizes, okay.
Also, by the way, I'm here too. Just so you know.
Yeah, Michael's here.
I'm here too. Yeah,
Michael.
me too. Me too.
What's up, everyone?
Now it's time for the DL crew to have dinner, and for some unexpected bonus footage, the restaurant we're going to requires us to drive down the famous PCH, or Pacific Coast Highway. Yeah, that's where I am right now. That's awesome. So now we're going to, I don't know, honestly. Somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. There's Orion. I was trying to show the view of the from the table. Okay, I'm trying to show the view of the table.
This is Michael, by the way. He does a YouTube channel and stuff. Whatever. You probably don't know him. He's on Destination Linux. He's a secondary host to me. Secondary.
Here's the thing for this day's footage. I personally didn't record a lot, but we also have 5 hours of footage. In my case, I was busy with the booth and didn't have easy access to my phone to record stuff. But we did live stream all day at the booth, so there is a lot of footage. And I would love to show you some highlights from the stream, but I don't want to edit all that. So instead, here's a nice video that Jill recorded showing the booth in full swing.
This is the Destination Linux booth at scale 19X. And there's Ryan, otherwise known as Dosky, and Michael, otherwise known as Michael Tennell.
And I look forward to seeing you again.
Yay! Look at our beautiful booth. Documenting swag.
Michael's stealing all the
And our
camera
business
time
card.
He's talking.
And all the things, and our Bitwarden merch. And this
Someone
was
says, "I like
brilliant having a video play of Destination Linux.
No.
There we go. And all our beautiful banners that Michael made.
After the conference ended for the day, we decided to check out LA before dinner. We did some sightseeing and found the Mattel offices. We didn't have time to tour it, but we did make the most of it. Then it was time to get some dinner with some fellow Linuxers. So again, I neglected to make videos of the dinner, but I do have photos, so at least I can prove it happened. Dinner was a lot of fun, the food was good, but the conversations and the hanging out with fellow Penguinites is really what made that fun. Gardner Bryant and I were seated next to each other, which eventually brought up the topic of sci-fi and Star Trek, and both our favorite Star Trek series being Deep Space Nine. It is so good. Also, Farscape, another awesome sci-fi show that didn't get the respect it deserved back in the day. So after the dinner, we hung out in the hotel bar just to have like a couple drinks, just to have some fun. And yeah, that's it. There's no video for that. There's no reason for why I don't have footage for that. So yeah, let's move on.
I have drank a lot of alcohol.
You don't have to edit this in.
You don't have to put it good. Thank you. Thank you.
This time we got more Jill, 33% more Jill at our booth today. Nice. We have Jax here from the System 76 booth. Y'all gonna get a little bit of an exclusive.
Hey guys.
This is the Launch Lite. So this is the new one that they just announced, what, like a few weeks ago?
Yeah, just a few weeks ago.
Type on this, because this is different in a good way.
I heard something happened during the live stream, Ryan, related to the stool. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, well, you got your little vengeance. You set it up so that you put the stool in a spot that you knew I would trip over, and I ended up tripping over the stool. And so I know you did it on purpose.
I did not
you
do it
got
on
me.
purpose.
Can I have one of the spinners? You sure can. All right, we got a bunch more. You gotta restock. Oh my God! It was his stool. I have proof Michael's stool was set to sabotage me.
But it
Yes,
was
you did.
perfect, and
Yes,
I
you
love
did.
that it happened.
You got me for all of the jokes about your
that's
stool.
the karma that comes back to you. Every week we talk about the Linux events that are happening, and we get help with Der Hans, and we met Der Hans at Scale, and that was really fun.
And there was a point where you and Michael had abandoned me. And I know it kind of hurts, but
It's interesting how you phrase it that way.
Yeah,
But okay.
but Der Hans was there, and I was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be alone here because Michael, I think he had too much to drink the night before,
No,
and
don't know what
Jill
you're
had
talking
the
about.
other booth to take care of, and I was like, you want to sit here with me because people were coming around the booth, and there's a lot of people coming in. Der Hans just hung out with me the whole time."
And when Ryan talks about me, I just want to make sure everybody remembers that he makes up most of the things he says
But
about
that one
me.
I did,
But not that
All
one.
right. Let's get into our biggest disappointment, which is perfect because Michael's inability to hold liquor would be definitely at the top of my list.
Whoa. I held plenty. Just like the day before, we live streamed the experience from the booth. And Jill did a really cool walkthrough around the conference expo halls, visiting all of the different booths. So if you want to see the full scale expo tour from Jill, link in the description. As the day came to an end for the conference, Jill told us about a party Scale was putting on that night. This was an awesome event with all kinds of stuff to do. There was a VR area where you could just hook up some Oculus or whatever and go into VR, which is really cool. They had Super Mario Kart. They had Super Smash Bros. Battles going on. Some people were playing table tennis, and somehow I found myself in an air hockey mini tournament with Gardner Bryant and the Tux Digital crew. And if that wasn't enough, they increased the epic nerdness to 11 by having a live performance from MC Frontalot, which was pretty freaking awesome.
His interrogation of failing to keep it real. This is him of the meaning and hammering and then reveals our defense itself to be integral to veracity. Part of a 5-star notice posted about the last CD.
But I've got to give a special shout out to Michael's dance moves. Your
Absolutely.
epic dance moves.
Before we
The thing that they might sound whack. Let's be look. Just lay it on the table. Front the lock it in hand. Found the drastically before you even hazard my stance and I said, such a hype full of wins I done.
I agree, Ryan. Those are some sick dance moves. So we spent some more time at the party. I spent the rest of the night, and I actually was there until they started taking everything down. Ryan had to go to sleep early because he had an early flight the next morning. But that was pretty much it for Saturday. Unless I'm forgetting something.
I have drank a lot of alcohol.
So last day of the conference, and I'm pretty tired. My throat feels like a little off too, so my voice might be different. I've taken a lot of videos. I hope I can mash it all together to make some coherent thing, but we'll see. Oh, there's also a silly dance that I did. I hope I can get that from Ryan. Did something that I've never tried before, watched one video of how to do it, then did it, and it's not great. Anyway, let's get to the conference.
On the last day of Scale, I spent most of the time walking around the expo hall talking with my fellow vendors because I wasn't able to do that prior to then. And after that, it was time for me to tear down the booth and pack everything up. This wasn't difficult to do because we set up our booth to be easy to break down, but it is worth noting that Ryan had to leave Sunday morning conveniently unable to help with breakdown process. Coincidence? Well, yes, actually it was, but I'm still saying, you know what you did, Ryan. Like I said before, though, this is my first time in California, so naturally, after the conference, I wanted to go to the beach. And some friends from the System 76 team joined me, and we had a great time.
So I just wanted to make this video because I'm at the Venice Beach and I wanted to prove to the people who do not believe that I will go into the water, like look it down, you see, in water.
Really making a wave here.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. We're making waves.
Truly.
Or at least being hit by those waves.
Yeah, well, big change like water. Eroding away the conscious.
You're getting too deep.
Oh,
too
sorry,
deep for a
sorry.
YouTube vlog.
Oh yeah, that's true. Too deep. Lifeguard, pull us back in.
Yeah, pull us back in, that's right. Experiencing as much as you can really quickly. That's what I feel like I'm doing. All right, so trying to catch up with some people because I had to stop and do some videos. All right. I feel like you have to go to a beach if you're in California, right? Well, first time you're in California anyway.
More money. On the play.
All right, so we're at Muscle Beach right now, and I'm gonna show these people they don't know what they're doing. So yeah, right? That's probably not gonna happen. I'm not doing that.
Well, that's it for Scale 2022, and coming up next is Scale 2023, as in a week or so, a little bit over a week. The production of that video will be much, much faster. It would be ridiculous if I couldn't get it faster. Oh, by the way, it wasn't a year. It's not like it took me a year to make it, but it was many, many months. So there's that. This time it will be much faster and hopefully have a narrative, not just a bunch of random clips thrown together. Although no promises there either.
So tell us about your night of drinking. And how much did you have to drink? How many beverages of alcohol did you consume? Too much. And by too much, like...
I have drank a lot of alcohol.